everyone. Welcome 2021, the first installment of the In the Round podcast. You got Matt, and we killed off our old buddy Boudreaux. We are now joined by Mr. Tyler Lassard.
What's up?
If y'all have another nickname to suggest for the big man, y'all can send it to our social media accounts. Today, man.
The gamer tag is Tyler the Sound Bear.
Tyler the Sound Bear, the big bear. We cut out Boudreaux, we make him the bear, baby. Nice, warm, and cuddly. But want to tell you guys again about our friends at Trailside CBD Emporium. 2020, it was a bit of a shit year, but it was also a good year. You gotta take the lemons, make lemonade out of them, and I feel like we did that as a podcast. And our friends at Trailside CBD, they definitely did it. And 2021 going to be a big year for our boy Andrew and the crew over there. You guys are very familiar with them if you listen to the pod. Trailside CBD Emporium, they got all your CBD, hemp, and Delta 8 THC needs. You know about the oils. You know about the gummies. You know about all the great products that we've been telling you about, the cartridges, the flour. Now they got some new shit, Tyler.
Yeah, they do. They are now Nashville's largest selection of dabs.
The largest selection of Delta 8 dabs, and what they've also got, and a lot of our friends have been digging these. Personally, they're my favorite. Hell, even Tyler's eating them, and usually he sticks to the CBD, but we've gotten him on the Delta 8 THC kick. Thank God. About damn time you try the goodies.
Those Skittles are dangerous.
Dude, these right here, these are Nature's 8, 12.5 milligram Delta 8 bites. They look like Skittles. They also make them in Nerds Rope and a few other flavors.
I had about 6 of them the other night.
Yeah. Don't eat that much. Eat enough that's appropriate for your size and your tolerance. But y'all can go check them out. TrailsideCBD.com. Use promo code ITR at checkout. 20% off. They've also got a rewards program. They got a mailing list. They are there to feed all of your hemp, CBD, Delta 8 THC needs. And I'll tell you what.
Let me tell you something about it real quick, Matt. You know, new year, new me is a whole thing. If you're hurting from going to the gym, pick up some CBD. It really helps with all the joint pain.
100%.
All that kind of stuff. I've been taking it whenever I go to the gym. Helps me recover faster, all that kind of stuff. It's a great product.
Oh, it is. It is a great product, and we love our friends. They're big supporters of what we do. And speaking of what we do, tomorrow night we have got probably our biggest, we've coined the term, or at least me and Nikki T from Raise Rowdy have coined the term of having fuck you rounds. And they're rounds that just, where you drop it all, you lay it all out in the line, and you just get a lineup of heavy freaking hitters. And there's going to be a lot of heat tomorrow night. Our guest for today's episode is on the lineup. We're super stoked. We've got guys like Rowdy Rob Williford, Trent Tomlinson, Wyatt Durrett, Andrew Janakis, some crowd favorites like our guest today, Alex Maxwell, Dawson Edwards, Brian Frazier, Rowdy Ryan Nelson, Lee Langston, Dylan Marlowe, Noah Hicks, Ryan Robinette, Nick Alligood, Eric Van Houten. What a great night it's going to be tomorrow.
It's going to be amazing.
Well, I think we've said enough, and now it is time to bring on our guest. Y'all, stay tuned. We have got our buddy Alex Maxwell with us. So yeah, like with these right here, dude, they're like, it's like the hybrid of like CBD and like the regular stuff that like everybody does, you know?
Yeah, because like to me, I don't love the Delta 9, right? That's right. So I don't love that because it gives me the psycho effects.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I like the Delta 8 because it's like you feel it, but like you're functional.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely. And speaking of feeling it and functional, what's going on, guys? We have our good buddy right now with us, Mr. Alex Maxwell, and we're enjoying some of the product. Again, shout out to our sponsor, Mr. Andrew, and our crew over at Trailside CBD Emporium. And dude, I've been looking forward to. I think I speak for both of us. Looking forward to doing an episode with you. And it's funny because we kind of got introduced to all you guys through doing a podcast with your rowdy Georgia boy roommate, Mr. Dawson Edwards. So rewind a little bit. It was August or July or somewhere in there. I had just come back to town.
Yeah,
Tyler just come back to town, and we had recorded an episode with Dawson, and then he invited us over to
I think this was before kickball.
Yeah, this was before kickball, which, by the way, the commissioner, Alex Maxwell, the Swiss Army knife of Nashville, Tennessee, the man who can do it all. He's small in stature, but big in voice, writing, production, anything you need. Alex Maxwell is your freaking guy. So I had to get that plug out there for you.
I need you to follow me around and start saying this when I walk in a room. Make it sound real cool.
But yeah, so we did that episode with Dawson a while back, and he invited us over here for NASCAR Sunday. And like, I'd known you. I mean, hell, you played our first ever writers round.
Which I didn't realize that until you guys put up a post of that, and I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like you and Dawson were on our original. You, Dawson, and Steven were Stephen Paul were on that original round.
I can't remember who asked me to play.
I think it was
Clayton
Ethan.
Shea?
Might have been Ethan.
It was Ethan.
So
yeah,
because Ethan had helped us book that one. But now, fast forward, I mean, we've spent countless hours on the kickball field together.
Oh yeah.
We've watched Dawson yell at the TV for NASCAR. We've yelled at the TV watching football together. We've watched the Giants.
All got injured together.
Yeah, we've all got injured together. We've watched the Giants Stillers game together. We've the Stillers. RIP for the 2020 Stillers.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Still hurt feelings. Still hurt feelings.
We'll move on. But no, man. Like honestly, I can say without a doubt, like you become one of our boys, and like
it's been fun.
They talk about like having like a good crew of friends around you, and when you have like-minded people that are out there grinding, and this group grinds, man.
We try. I think everyone pushes each other a little bit. You know what I mean? Like when you're around all of us, it makes you want to work a little harder. You know what I mean? To kind of compete and hang in. You know,
100%. So let's back up before we get to what was considered a shitty year for a lot of people, but I think I speak for you as well. One of the best years career-wise.
Yeah.
We've had.
Definitely ended that way.
Yeah, it ended with a bang. So you're from Pittsburgh.
Born and raised.
Yeah. You're a Yinzer. You're a Pittsburgh Italian guy. How'd you end up here in Nashville, Tennessee?
So I'm like a huge Garth Brooks fan. And when I was like 3 or 4 years old, I like fell in love with Garth Brooks and like the music of Garth Brooks and the performance of Garth Brooks. I was so like about it that I would dress up as Garth Brooks. And like
no shit.
Like,
do you have photos of this?
I do. I have videos.
We gotta see those.
Photos. I think there's one on my Instagram somewhere. Anywho, I think it's a video actually. And I used to have like a fake like even like mic thing, like you know how Garth wears that mic.
Yeah.
I even had that. Like that's how into it I was.
Wow.
And people would come over for like, you know, family gatherings and stuff, and I'd put on the show, you know, lip sing. I had like this little guitar that I busted like 3 times from jumping couch to couch and standing on tables and stuff. And then fast forward a few years, I grew out of that whole thing, and I just, you know, started learning guitar, and one thing led to the next, and played shows, started writing music, and then at 18, 3 days after high school, moved to Nashville. I was like, I'm packing up.
Now, was it move here and figure it out, or was it move here, go to college? Because I know you went. Did you go to both? Did you go to MTSU and Belmont?
Yeah, originally that wasn't the plan at all. Originally, I was just coming down for the summer, and you know, I told my mom and dad, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna get down for the summer, see what happens, and you know, I didn't know anybody, and I came down, and I was miserable, but I didn't want to leave. So I called my mom when I went back actually for my high school graduation. I was like, yeah, Mom, sorry, I'm not coming back. And she, you know, she didn't take it well, but she was supportive about it. And she's like, well, you need to go to school. I didn't want to go to school, but I got talked into it. Went to MTSU. I applied a week before classes started.
How?
Yeah, so it was all very much, you know, learn as I go, I guess. And yeah, then went there for a year, and then went to Belmont the following year to be more in Nashville. Yeah, and then fast forward 6 years, met all these doofuses that I hang out with, and you know, here we are.
What was the Belmont experience like for you as a guy who wasn't coming down here to go to school? You were coming down here to see what the Music City was all about, being such a big country fan. What was that college experience like for you?
It was good. I think that's where I kind of really figured out what I wanted to do. Because even when I went to MTSU, so originally, like, I was going to a little school called Slippery Rock for PT.
Oh, we know Slippery Rock.
Yeah, so
okay.
That was the original plan. I was accepted into their program. You know, they have a good physical therapy program. And so originally that was the plan. And then I came down here when I went to MTSU, I went undecided because I was like, well, if I'm not doing PT and I want to do music, like, what am I going to go for? And I didn't understand you go to school for music. So when I went to Belmont, that's kind of where I learned about I could either go for songwriting, production, music business, all that stuff. And I decided, you know, I wasn't a firm believer, you know, God bless anyone that does it. I wasn't a firm believer of going for songwriting because I was like, how do they teach you how to songwrite? Because at that point, I was already songwriting a lot by myself, not so much with people, but, you know, I started writing when I was like 13 or 14. And so that's kind of where I learned about the production side of music. So that's when because growing up, you know, I had a lot of terrible recordings, and I knew they sounded terrible even at the time. And I was like, I want to be able to make myself sound better than this. So that's what made me kind of go for the production stuff. And Belmont helped me really kind of push forward that avenue, which recently has been done a lot for me on the songwriting and artist side. So Yeah, Belmont was big for that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, how did you start meeting this rowdy crew? And even a bigger question, what is No Hits?
Okay, so damn, this could go on forever. Me talking all
Hey,
these.
we're good, man. We don't have a time limit. Tyler will hit the button if we got to stop. But
I just need to be somewhere about like 48 hours. Okay, I got that much time.
We got 2 days. We got plenty of Skittles.
Got a bottle of Mountain Dew. I can stay up. We got this.
So, what was the first part of that question?
I mean, you can just go in with No Hits.
Okay.
How did that come to be? Because that's a nice crew you got there. And how'd you get to meet? Like, who were some of your first friends in town?
Okay, so originally, Belmont, when I went to Belmont, like, I got along with the Belmont kids, but a lot of them didn't want to go out to the town. And, like, while I was in school, I couldn't do the artist stuff because I couldn't travel. But I was still very much want to do the writing stuff. So I would go out in the town and go to these writers' rounds and stuff. And, you know, that's where I started meeting there was a little round called Threesome Thursdays, which I know everyone in our group knows it because that's where we all met. It was run by a girl named Randy McFadden. I don't know if you know Randy.
Oh, Randy, yeah.
Yeah. So she used to put it on, and that's where I met Dawson, Ryan Nelson, a guy named Bobby McLam, who I write with. He was the original guy that bring me to it. So that's where I first met Ray Fulcher there. It's fun. Like, everyone I know, Brian Frazier, everyone. Stephen Paul. I don't think I met Stephen Paul there. That was later. That was through Brian and all them. Anywho, so instead of, like, after class and stuff, I wanted to go out and meet these writers. So I'd go out and meet these writers, and that's where I met all of this crew. So, like, by my junior year at Belmont, I already kind of knew the core group of what we call No Hits. And then fast forward a few years after we all met and started, you know, becoming really good buddies, the No Hits thing. So as you're saying, I'm Italian, you know, and I'm a big spaghetti dinner guy because that's what we used to do every Sunday.
Yeah, which we'll get into the way you guys do sauce is way fucked up.
It's good though. You have to admit, it's good.
You put fucking eggs in your sauce. That's not cool.
The hell is that?
Yeah, it's amazing. You can't tell me it didn't taste good.
It tastes. I mean, I didn't put any eggs. Like, I didn't scoop out any eggs with it.
You didn't put no eggs with it?
No.
Oh boy,
I have eggs for breakfast, dude.
You missed out, man. No, when it soaks in the sauce, it is phenomenal. Poor Boudreaux, when he came over for one of the spaghetti dinners, he's like, "Man, I can't eat eggs." I was like, "I hope you're kidding." Because I had like 2 dozen eggs in the sauce. And I was like, I hope you're kidding. And they're like all busted up in it because some of them, you know, bust when you're cooking the sauce. Anywho.
So how did spaghetti dinner lead into No Hits?
So as I guess we're going to learn through this podcast, I like putting on events for people. Like little events.
You
know,
like
I like
hosting.
gathering.
You like hosting.
I like getting people together because, you know, some friends don't know my other side of these friends, you know, and I love getting everyone together and, you know, become one big friends group, you know. And it's really not this case, but I invited I'm not going to say names. I don't remember who exactly was here off the top of my head, but it was the core of what we call No Hits. And Dawson wasn't even living here yet, I don't believe. And so I invited like 6 or 7 people over, and I made a big spaghetti dinner for all of us. And we sat around and drank and ate spaghetti. And afterwards, as we were just drinking and hanging out after eating and stuff, we started talking about you know, just people in Nashville and gossip and, you know, all harmless stuff. Anywho, it got to a point where, you know, you poke fun of each other and poke fun of people, you know, in town lightheartedly. And it ended up turning into joking about ourselves, about us having no hits. Because we were like, such and such did this, but they ain't got no hits. And we're like, well, hell, we ain't got no hits either. It just kind of became this big joke. Like, you know, it originally wasn't funny to anybody else because they were, you know, nobody knew us around town really, but we were just making fun. It all was based off of making fun of ourselves, of being like, damn, well, if we say such and such ain't that good because he ain't got no hits, we're like, we all must be terrible because we ain't got no hits. So kind of stemmed off of that, and then we just kind of took it and made it our slogan, I guess, and named our whole group of friends, I guess, called No Hits from it.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I got a No Hits NASCAR sticker on my freaking laptop, bro. Like, I go around and I flash that No Hits thing, and I'm happy to be like an honorary, like a consigliere or whatever it would be in like mafia culture, an associate, however we want to look at it, man. But how'd you, for you, where did like, because you do it all. You do.
I try to.
No, you do. You don't try to. You fucking do it.
Thanks,
like
man.
you were like, if somebody asked me like, hey, do you know anybody that does demos? And I know that's something that you did a lot this year with not being able to tour and not being able to do this or that.
Absolutely.
Like, you're that guy. Do you know anybody that's a killer writer? There's that guy. Hey, I'm trying to get someone to come out and do a gig here. You do that too. Like, you do all that shit. What's it like? Like, how do you balance all of that?
Well, this year has been easier because shows weren't much of a thing. So even though I released pretty much all my releases that I started releasing came throughout this year. So releasing music as an artist, that doesn't take up road time. Like, both y'all know about the road. It takes up time. Like, it takes up 4 days a week, 3 days a week at least. And that not having that this year made it kind of easier. So I dove more into demo and production world than I normally do because of that. One, because I had to find a way to make money, without making shows off or money off shows.
What does a typical year look like for you with shows? Like, what was 2019 like, or 2018?
It's a lot of acoustic shows. Unfortunately, they suck, but they pay the bills.
Well, it's the stepping stone. Like, where are you going? Are you like staying around here? Are you going with buddies to their hometowns? Are you bringing guys with you to Pittsburgh?
It's always different. Pittsburgh, I try to keep more just me full band, and then I'll bring a guy to open. Like 2019, I sold out my first show in Pittsburgh, and I brought Brian Frazier with me to open up, and like. Going back home is always cool because I can sell tickets there. You know what I mean? Being a nobody and like, at least you can sell tickets there. That's always a good.
Having no hits.
Yeah, having no hits. Like, especially in 2019, had nothing going on at that point, and it's just like be able to go there and sell tickets is cool. But no, a lot of times it's a buddy will be like, "Hey man, I got this cover gig in such and such, like Indiana," and it's like, I'm playing it. Will you come play my hometown with me? Or it's like, "Hey man, I can't take this gig in Alabama. Can you go play 4 hours?" There, you know what I mean? So a lot of it's just, buddies helping buddies out and giving them shows. So a lot of it was like the 4-hour cover gigs, and me and Dawson would be like, "Hey man, I got this 4-hour gig. You want to come play with me?" Or pretty much that. Yeah, there's a lot of cover gigs and shit. But yeah,
that's the paying your dues, though.
Absolutely.
Like everybody, there's not many people in this town. There's not many people that can sustain success without doing. I mean. Look at some of our like guys that we're connected with, like the Muscadine boys, Gary and Charlie that was their way, was doing those cover gigs. I mean, hell, look at freaking Trey. Like,
absolutely,
cover gigs, like that's how you pay your bills and how you grow a base.
Well, until you're somebody, I mean, nobody knows your songs. When you play these cover gigs, it's like these people. It's a win if you can just get them paying attention to you. Because normally you're sitting in a corner of a room and it's like. Nobody cares. They're just like, oh, there's another guy playing music. So it's like, to me, the victory with cover gigs are like, you can kind of, get used to playing for people and learn how to win a crowd. Because if you can win a crowd through someone you don't know, you're sitting in the middle of a room, halftime, not even a stage, just in a corner. It's like, if you can steal that room, then when someone actually knows your songs, like, that's like the easiest thing ever then. You know what I mean? So to me, it helps build those chops up. With cover gigs.
Yeah, 100%. It's where you cut your teeth and everything. So now, transitioning to Alex Maxwell, the writer. When did you start really like coming into your own with like having like co-writers and stuff? Were you co-writing with folks in Pittsburgh, or were you co-write?
No.
Or what was the first co-writing experience like for you? Being for like the quote, what they call me, damn Yankee. Like you're from
right.
Pittsburgh, so you got the Midwest thing going, but still, it's like it's different coming down south. Like
totally.
there is a little bit of that cultural divide. What was that like co-writing for you early on?
Co-writing early on was honestly an easier transition than I guess you'd think, at least than I thought it would be. Because like, I wrote, I don't know how, I wrote hundreds of songs by myself before even like co-writing. So like the idea of writing was already there for me, I guess. Now with co-writing, I actually thought it was easier. I was like, oh, I don't have to overthink everything by myself. Like, so my first co-write with it was, I still remember it to this day, is with Bobby McLam, who I just said like introduced me to a lot of people when I first moved to town, and a kid named Alan Carl. And it was actually funny because I got hooked up with it through a girl at Belmont. She was interning at Big Loud, actually, funny enough. And she was like, she liked kind of what I was doing a little bit, I guess. And, for what that meant when you're sophomore in college, And she's like, I have this other guy I know that was just on The Voice or one of those shows or whatever. She's like, I'd love to set you up right with him. And he like came in like second or third in one of the voices. I don't watch The Voice, so I don't want to do no discredit on what year it was, none of that. But he wasn't really a country guy. But so I got put in that right, and the third writer in that right was Alan Carl. And after we got done with the right, it was cool and all, it was whatever. I couldn't even tell you the name of the song, but it went pretty good. And me and the guy named Alan Carl, we kind of hit it off a little bit. Where he's like, hey man, like me and this other guy I write with, like we write all the time, which was Bobby. Like you should hop in, and I was like, sure. And then from there, I hit my second co-write, and then it kind of just went off from there. And then that led to me. They started taking me to writers' rounds and stuff, and then that's where I started meeting those people. And then I met most of my people through co-writing because I would get asked to hop on someone else's write, which kind of made me feel like I was doing something good. If someone was always asking me to go to another write, so it's like that's kind of how it all escalated. I guess if I answered the question.
Yeah, no, you did. Quick little sidebar question too. I got a text from him earlier when he found out we were doing this podcast. How many times has Trey Bonner dunked on you?
None. He's literally he might have beaten me one-on-one once, and like that's not even because I'm good at basketball. It's just like Trey, come on, man.
Trey Bonner wanted to make it like a point for us to bring that up.
But how many times have y'all actually fought, though? Because that's the real question, too, because he's always, like, wanting to fight everybody.
None. But I did feel real bad one time. So we went out and threw football, and he was covering me. And I went out, and I ran an oink route, which I don't know who knows what an oink route is. But I ran an oink route when I circled back around to go out or go in. I knocked him. I like shouldered him in the head because like he was, I wasn't like looking. I was looking for the ball, and his eyes were in the back of his head, and I was like, "Damn, dude, I'm so sorry."
Killed Trey Bonner.
My shoulder went right to his head.
I mean, hey, the worst one that we've seen of the pickup post kickball game or whatever, like the football games, was when Lee ran into the wall that is Clay Barker.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
And Lee Langston just got knocked out. You used to play a lot of football. Did you play in high school and stuff? Or
I did. So I started out playing like when I was 7 years old. And I was always really small, but me and my brothers all played, and I played up until I want to say 7th grade or 8th grade. And I kind of stopped because I was having health issues. Like, I had bad stomach problems. And for years, we couldn't figure out what was going on. So, like, I missed a ton of school and all of that. And then I actually didn't start playing till my junior year again. So, I played all those years. I played for, like, 6 years, stopped, and then picked back up my junior year / sophomore.
And then you were in the flag football league that I've heard about from back in the day.
I also was the one that started that whole thing.
You just love bringing people together.
The commish.
Yeah.
The commish.
It was fun. That was fun. That was a little harder because like that was actually like organized by like I don't know, it's like Mid-State Sports or something like that. That was a little bit of a different animal. I probably never do that again, honestly.
Who'd you play with? Like, who were some of the guys on that team?
That was the hard part is, like, to get a team every week was, like, this is tough. It was Ryan Nelson, me, Jordan Hobson, I'm blanking on the name, Drew Schultz, Dalton Stanley.
Were the Hanks brothers in there?
Both the Hanks brothers. The one Hanks brother that played college baseball, he'd be off and on. He'd come sometimes, but not all the time. Dawson came a few times. Chad Bishop came a few times. It was fun. Job played a little bit. Job's quick on his feet for a big guy.
Well, Job was a college football player. People don't realize that.
Yeah, and he played soccer in high school.
Yeah, he can move.
So he can move for a big guy.
He's a big guy now, but he moves on his feet. He's shifty.
Yeah, very shifty. But yeah, we actually we started out really bad, but then we did a second season. And by the end of the second season, like when everyone showed up, like, so there was a team that was undefeated, and we actually almost beat them in the playoffs. Like, we were winning up until the last minute, and then we lost in the last minute, unfortunately. But we started getting pretty good. Like, we weren't bad, but then we kind of stopped it because everyone was getting too busy. But as such happens,
Yeah, as what happened with kickball, which, by the way, that to me was kind of the turning point of like things starting to happen music-wise or like business-wise, like and like that's how we got to know you guys and like to see. I mean, because 2020. I mean, so what was your 2020 like in the beginning? Because that was when we didn't know you.
A lot of writing, and like I actually had a lot of shows. But this was gonna be the most amount of shows I was playing this year because like I was gonna have my biggest hometown show, and I had a lot of rights booked up, and I was finally having a lot of master. It was funny because everything was actually good. Even the production side, I guess, was growing before quarantine because like I was doing more masters this year too, and more demos too. But it was gonna be very, very busy. So when it all stopped, it was kind of like I don't know what to do now because like I was planning on being the most busy I've ever been, and it was just like stopped. But then that also gave me a chance to. It was a blessing in disguise because like then I met you two, and then the whole other group, and
Yeah. So going through, I mean, to get a little bit more into detail, because like for me and Tyler, we had a shit ton of stuff on our calendar. We were supposed to be in Florida that week. And then shit hits the fan. Him and I go up to Delaware.
I was in Texas.
I remember you being in Delaware. Like I was like right when we first.
I brought him up to Delaware in March, and we were up there. We were recording podcasts, and it was a weird time. There were some weird times in there because it was just like that isolation. So for you, I mean, you had Dawson here, but what was that period like of? Like kind of all of it, like the beginning of it, like right around St. Patrick's Day, those first
so
couple months.
I'm trying to remember. I feel so far away. I honestly, I don't remember. It was, I mean, honestly, it's a lot what's going on now without as much talk going around in the music industry about us, I guess.
But you were still able to see people and like hang out with like the No Hits crew and all that.
You're saying
stuff.
like top of quarantine or before quarantine?
Like right before into the start of quarantine, like March, April.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're just doing the same thing. We're getting hopefully back to start doing, which is just write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, unless you have a show like an acoustic. Yeah, at the time I was just still doing acoustic shows, So unless it was an acoustic show, and then I was also getting guys together for band shows because I had a few band shows down in Florida coming up. Then, like I was saying, my biggest hometown show that we were getting ready to go up and do. So it was a lot more artist stuff. And then we also were doing all the recordings that ended up coming out throughout this last year. So we went in and cut 6 songs for that little EP I did.
Which, by the way, the artwork on the EP and just the marketing on that with the chalkboard, I thought was so cool because you would see, and I'd see for people that would just see like the newest one, they'd see, oh shit, there's a few more like above there, and they'd go check out instead of to check out all those releases, like check out the whole project. Y'all did a really good job on that.
Thank you. Hey, shout out to T-Bone. He didn't dunk on me, but. He did do a good job with the artwork. I kind of had an idea on what I wanted to do, and it just kind of kept growing as we started trying to do pictures and stuff for it. I knew I wanted to do something in a classroom because, the title was "Growing Up is Getting Old." So, I kind of wanted to look a little goofy because, it's kind of the whole EP I feel like is pretty lighthearted. It could have been me, and that'll be the day and stuff.
It's Alex Max. It's songs that I could see you playing live, because like you have some deep cuts in there too. Like you've as a writer, and like I think that speaks for the whole crew. Like there can be songs like Dick Down in Dallas that changed a lot of stuff for a lot of people, including yourself. But then also songs like when God made you. Or God made her. Is it God made you or God made her?
God made you.
God made you. See, like that kind of song where it's like a deeper, or like for Trey, like Little Tired that he wrote with Nick, or like things like that.
That's my favorite Trey Lewis.
Yeah, me too. And it's like the deeper stuff, but then also like that could have been me. Put a ring on her finger.
I think it just goes to show it's important to be able to laugh at yourself and have fun.
Yeah,
but it's also important to really try to understand, because I think like at the end of the day, not to get too deep, but I think we're all just trying to understand like what the hell are we doing here? Like what are we doing? Like we have these 80 years to be here, and it's like what are we doing here? So it's like to me, it's like looking back through what you've already experienced and looking forward to what you experienced. Like no matter what it is, whether it's like a relationship or just what you're trying to achieve, it's like it's important to have that serious thing. But if you get too dug into that, then you're gonna be miserable. So on the other side of that, it's important to laugh. So that's how I look at my music that I want to release. Is like I want it to say something, but I also want to have those moments where it's like let's just have a good time. Let's just laugh at ourselves, have a good time, be fun.
Like one of my favorite ones, and I'm okay being in demo jail with it right now. I'm good.
Yeah, that's like a overconfident song. I was like, I tried to
bad. Caleb Conradi on the backgrounds on that.
That was fun. Dude, I love writing with Caleb because we do some weird stuff, but sometimes we hit it, sometimes we miss. Like any songwriting. But yeah, that one was fun. The next EP I'm really excited for. Hopefully, we'll get started on this here in the next month. Is the plan, but we'll see what happens with everything going on,
Yeah, dude. No, it's weird because like you're seeing positive signs, but then you're also seeing could we still be stuck in this place? And obviously, I mean, we got to bring it up from the months of what would it be? It'd be what, September to like even right now with. Talk about you got to talk about Trey dig down in Dallas. I mean, and you had already even backing up before that. You guys were in the studio doing an EP before that.
Yeah. So Trey,
and how'd you meet him? How'd you meet him too? Because I don't know if I know that story.
Man, so like I was saying, like right before quarantine, like I was just trying to hustle the artist because like at that point I felt like because like I was saying up through college, like I couldn't do the artist thing because like I was in college and stuff. So I hadn't been at college all that long, and like. Through those years, I was finally like had material. I was like, "This is me." Like I figured out what I wanted to sound like, who I was, and when I released my first song, "That'll Be the Day," of November of 2018, which feels long ago, but or it was 2018, and so the end of 2018, and then of last year, no, end of 2019. I'm sorry, end of 2019 it came out because 2020 I didn't get to do much with that. Anywho. Thinking it through in my head. End of 2019, I released That'll Be the Day, and I did a whiskey jam for the release. And Trey came to that. And I don't, Trey looked familiar. I guess he says I met him once before that because we've talked about this. I don't remember when, so Trey might hate me for that. But I remember him from that because he showed up, like stood front row, like was all about it. And we hung out for a couple hours after I played whiskey jam and just shot the shit. And, so that's where I initially met Trey. And then fast forward, like we had maybe a write or two in the books that fell through. And then quarantine happened, the blessing in disguise, I guess. And when we all had to pause, especially Trey, because Trey plays more shows than anybody I know.
Yeah.
He had to kind of stop his hustle, at least a little bit, slowed down, at least there for a moment. Then he picked back up and started playing again. But even still, it slowed down for him. So that gave us a chance to like, really kind of hang out with everyone, him, Ella, and Clay, and all that whole little crew. We just started hanging out, and we used to do a thing. Me, Trey, and Matt McKinney used to do a Madden Sunday.
McKinney is the worst.
Oh, McKinney is trash. If he ever wants to bet you anything about beating him in Madden, take him up on it.
By the way, we still have our tiebreaker we got to get in.
Yeah, we do. We might have to do that.
Might have to.
So I got the belt sitting here. So we have a Madden belt from quarantine.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
And I hold it as of now. And so yeah, every Sunday we'd get together and play Madden, and through that it kind of just as you're sitting there playing video games, like we're into it, but we're not so into it. We're not like talking and getting to know each other and stuff.
Now, did you know Skinny for a while, or did you meet Skinny?
I've known Skinny for a good while, but I got really tight with him in the last year. Like, that's when him, and Trey all kind of got real, real tight in, like, top of last year. Is like, when we all kind of started hanging out a lot. And honestly, I couldn't tell you, like, last year's kind of a blur, but, like, I couldn't tell you why we started hanging out so much, honestly.
It's probably because y'all didn't go home and there was nothing to do. So why not get up with some of your boys or make new friends? Like, because some people were kind of hesitant to hang out. There were a lot of folks that we would ask to play rounds and stuff, and they weren't comfortable just being around people, but just hanging out in like a small group setting, like I feel you on that.
A lot of it I know came because me and Matt started writing a lot together. Because like after our first write, we were like, "There's something here." Because me and Matt, I love writing with Matt. Hopefully he thinks the same towards me, but I love writing with Matt. He's great,
ridiculous writer.
He's amazing, and don't let his head get too big, though,
Oh,
so,
yeah, well,
Matt, you ain't that good.
Hey, it'll be proportional to his tall son bitch body, right?
That's right. And honestly, I hate to bring height into it, but I feel like that's why we got so tight. Because, like, little old me, I'd be like, "Man, y'all some tall son bitches," and they'd be like, "Man, you're a short son bitch."
It's like you're asking them, "Hey, can you hand me that up there?" And they're like, "Hey, can you hand me that down there?"
It like equals us out. You know what I mean? But no, I feel like the writing really brought us close together, and then through that, Matt was a lot closer with Trey before me, and I feel like Matt was kind of that middleman that really started getting us all hanging out with like the Madden stuff. He'd be like, "I'm hanging at Trey's playing Madden. What you doing?" I'd be like, "Not shit, it's quarantine. I can't do nothing. So I'm going to come over and play Madden with you." And a lot of that stemmed from there, I think. And then fast forward a few months later, then it delved into the kickball stuff, and then it just brought us all hanging out. And then I guess fast forward even from that, Trey had that moment where he was like, man, like, I don't know how I feel about this artist stuff. And then, like, you know, like I told Trey, the second half of this year, or all of last year, I should say, he really started finding his sound. Like,
Found what he wanted to say.
right, like Believer and Little Tired, like, to me, that is the pinnacle of Trey Lewis. Like, those two songs just sound amazing, and I've been a big advocate of that since he started playing Around the Fire, you know, out back. And
you know what's really funny? I don't know if you've listened to it yet.
I've listened to it. So I slightly poked that, you know.
Yeah, but it's just funny because he tells that same story. Like, you got, like, it's funny, like, seeing how you guys were, like, all there, and just how like the whole group just kind of came together. And
yeah, I think it's one of those things, like, we were all good friends. Like, we were good friends, but, like, not hanging out all the time. But, like, after quarantine, it's like we're all, like, brothers. You know what I mean? It really is like a family thing, where I could call you two or any of them for anything. If I was broke down the side of the road, they'd come in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? And, you know, when I heard Trey's stuff, I was like, man, I can speak for all of us. I know I'm not the only one that was saying it to him, but it was like, man, like, you're good. Like, you know, Trey's very modest, and, you know, he doesn't always think highly enough as he should about himself. And we were just like, man, you got to be doing this. And I started doing demos for him a little bit. And after he heard the demos, he asked me to start producing. He's like, would you want to produce me? I was like, hell yeah, I would. I was like, I think your stuff's awesome. And then, yeah, we cut quite a few songs. And then fast forward, the Dick Down in Dallas stuff happened. And, you know, then he's about to put out 2 of the songs we did before Dick Down in Dallas, I think. We're about to send them off to mixing this week. So
yeah, no, I was talking with him about some of that stuff earlier. When was the first time you heard Dick Down in Dallas?
So it's funny because I actually demoed it in February. I demoed it last February.
Under what was the name?
It was called Dick Down in Dallas.
No, but wasn't there like an artist name behind it?
No, so I don't want to bring names, but there was talks of someone cutting it, and he didn't want to cut it. That was one of the writers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I understand it completely, and as would anyone. Like, you don't want your name attached to Dick Down Dallas, some people, and I get it. Anywho, when we did the demo, Matt McKinney, you know, he's scheming his way in. He's like, he's like, look, they don't want to demo it, but I want to demo it. So them 3 came over here, and we did a little demo of it. It was, you know, it didn't sound great, but it got the point across. And we never finished the demo because we couldn't get anybody to sing on it. Matt's like, I'll sing on it if I have to. And then we never got anyone to sing on it because nobody wanted to put their voice on it. And then fast forward, that demo was floating around, and I think Trey heard it, and because Matt showed him, and then started playing around fires and stuff. And yeah, then Dick Down in Dallas happened. And Trey's like, I want to cut it. And then he's like, you know, there's a lot of people chirping in his ear. And at first he wanted to do it acoustic, and I was like, I don't want to do it acoustic, but I was like, ultimately it's your song, man. Like, we'll do whatever you want, but I would personally think it'd be cooler to at least do semi-done up. And then he's hanging out, and then he called me later that night. He said Grady texted him, and he's like, Grady wants to play drums on it. What do you think we should do? And I was like, you know, the whole time I've been saying I want to do a full band. So it's your call, but I was like, I think full band. And then we did the whole master in 2 weeks.
Dude, and
which is stressful,
yeah, no, I'm sure it's stressful, especially when you got other shit going on with your own career. I mean, that's part of being this Swiss Army knife where you do it a little. You're multifaceted with doing different things, but honestly, a big part of that song is the production. Like, y'all fucking killed that thing.
The first thing I said when I talked to Grady on the phone before we went in the studio, I was like, look, the only thing we have to make sure we get is this has to sound like the most serious top 20 country song, like the most cliche sounding top 20 country song that we can make it sound. So when that hook hits, it's like, oh shit, did they just say Dick Down in Dallas? So that was my like thing. I was like, look, no matter what we do, this thing has to sound so serious up until that first chorus.
Bro, the key change. I mean, I'm hearing the song every weekend now, but it's like as soon as he goes, Dick Down and Down. I put my fist up in there and go Jersey fist. I'm like, boom, boom.
So that's funny because like when we first did that demo in February, that's where we came up with that idea of the key change. We were like, man, wouldn't it be hilarious if we did like a 90s key change in it? And like everyone's like, Alex, you think you're kind of nuts, dude. Like, this is like, you know, because I was like, this needs to be ridiculous.
Like a Shenandoah song.
Right. Like, it's like, I was like, from the get-go, maybe I was going too far with the demo, but I was like, this needs to sound ridiculous. I was like, because like, that plays to the hand of how ridiculous the song is by making it, like, have all these serious, like the key change in the 90s, like, a serious thing, you know? It's like, here's the big key change moment. It's like, And Dick Down in Dallas having this serious key change moment is like hysterical. To me, at least, it's like so funny.
To me, it makes the song, and then Wales completed in the video, which
it looked
like
great,
dude.
You in the beginning walking out half naked, dude, is hilarious.
Yeah. It's something. I mean, we had a good time doing that. So, as far now, I mean, how has that kind of changed your world with what you're able to talk about? I mean, I know talking to you off the mic, you've got some stuff going on, but how's that whole thing kind of changed things for you?
I would say the biggest thing is like, the biggest thing is in making people listen to my other stuff. Like, no, that's even not. It's been cool because like Matt and Trey are a big reason for that because like, they bring my name up a lot, and I'm super thankful for that and their friendship because of that. But a lot of that is. It got them paying attention to what I write and what I put out as an artist. So it's like, it's been super cool seeing that like, it's put me in rooms I never had the opportunity to be in. And it showed me that like, through the 7 years of being here, the biggest thing in the music industry is getting people to just listen to you. Cause like, 7 years of being here, it's always like, man, why can't I get this going? Or why can't I get this going? It's like, the big thing is just getting the attention of people to want to listen. And I think that goes all the way back to even playing a cover show. Like I was saying, like a steal in a room. Like, I'm a firm believer, and I think a lot of our group is like, if you can get someone a few minutes of their time to just pay attention to you, it's like you got to take advantage of it and make them pay attention to you. And I think that is what transpired with Dick Down in Dallas for all of us is it got people listening to our group. Because I think it's not like we're doing something different than we were doing 2 years ago. I mean, the songs might be a little better, but really the only difference is people are paying attention to us. So for me, it's been big for me because it's putting me in rooms and opening doors that never been opened before.
Well, what's been the craziest phone call you've gotten or craziest thing where you're like, what the fuck is happening?
The first phone call I got is from a major label in UK. Right after the song came out, it went number one in UK, and I got a call from I ain't gonna say what company, but it was a major label in UK, and I was like, what?
Now, did you know that call was coming, or did you literally just see a phone number and answer, and it was like some dude in a British accent?
I got an email first.
You did get an email?
He's like, do you mind if I give you a call? And I was like, sure. I was like, that's kind of weird, but sure. I thought it was like a scam. I was like, this can't be real.
It's like Nigerian Prince, but
I
for
thought it was gonna be like
folks.
a Nigerian Prince, like,
Oh man, dude, but seriously, like, congrats on all that buzz and what you've got going on as far as like your own shit. Because like
a lot of that, I gotta give y'all credit. A lot of that was we planned to do that
birthday
bash way before Dick Down in Dallas.
Yeah, dude, that came together. That was probably one of the biggest things I've been a part of in Nashville.
That was the biggest thing for me that showed everything happens for a reason. Because like 2020 showed me that everything happens for a reason because quarantine happened, became buddies with everyone. None of this happens without that. Not a thing of it happens without it. Because like you got the In the Round podcast, a lot of the reason the song blew up in the first place,
we can't take credit for that. I mean, he would have been played on some stage, y'all were
like, you're only playing the round if you play Dick Down in Dallas. So y'all were big credit to that. And then the birthday bash, which you and Ray's Rowdy helped us put on, we planned that like months before Dick Down in Dallas, and that ended up becoming basically a showcase for us. Like to me, originally, like I was just the producer of Dick Down in Dallas, but the showcase when me, Matt, and Trey played, and all those industry people were there.
Dude,
that's what really helped me out.
And that was like a week after the song. No, that was what? Sorry, being a shitty friend, forget your birthday. Because it was on your birthday.
It was the Thursday after Dick Down in Dallas. It was the Dick Down in Dallas came out on the 1st. My birthday was on the 4th, which was like a Friday or Saturday. So it was like a 2nd or 3rd.
It was the 3rd.
It was the 3rd.
It was December 3rd. So it was like 2 days after the song came out, and like the buzz of the town was this song. Holy shit, the reaction, and who the hell are these guys that are behind it? And we had it all just at Live Oak, and that place, they had the freaking red carpet out. Like
it's crazy.
The back area. I mean, you had like Ray on that. I mean, you guys had you guys put together. It was just all your people, and it was what a way to wrap up a year.
And it's funny because like a lot of people think like that was all planned, and it's like that wasn't planned. Like that was planned way before Dick Down in Dallas. Like it wasn't meant to be a showcase. It wasn't meant to be anything.
Yeah, we talked about that in like November.
Yeah, it was just like we wanted to put on a badass round that was our buddies, and that like, you know, Ray, I was super happy he got to come out, and like, you know, we try to put the coolest dudes that we knew that we're buddies with.
And me and us and Nick, we were involved with Raised Rowdy and In the Round, like for getting word out there because at November it was just like, okay, it's just gonna be another round, but let's use our platforms to try and get people there. And then meanwhile, we're turning people the fuck away an hour into it.
Dude, it was wild when I was like, I got a call. I don't know if it was from you. It was from someone.
Me.
It was like 2 hours before the show even like started, and they're like, "There's people like already here waiting for the round." And I was like what?
And Hasten and the crew at Live Oak had booked a cover gig for someone before that, and people were like there. I thought it was just people drinking, watching the cover gig, but they were like, "Who's here to see the show tonight?" And everyone went nuts, and I was like,
crazy.
"Holy shit!" It's like, bro, it's 4:00. Like, damn,
that was probably the coolest moment for me in the recent months for sure, because like it was like wow, like playing songs to people that cared, you know.
Dude, like that whole room, and I remember the crowd like cheering along. And when I was like this is real, and it isn't just about Dick Down in Dallas. When Trey played the opening line of Believer, like it went like so after the first verse, the whole room going ape shit,
it was
going
wild,
nuts.
That night, honestly, probably like Dick Down in Dallas was the start of it, but I think that night's what really is helped me. Like that night is what changed my life. I think more than Dick Down. Well, it's hard to compare them, but for me as an artist and writer, that was definitely a bigger moment for me.
Yeah, because like you talk about getting you in, like you said, like winning over the room. Yeah, it's winning over the town,
and all those shitty cover gigs and playing in front of people and learning how to get their attention. That's kind of like. I mean, I know it was just a writer's round, so like I know the people are like, oh, it's just a writer's round, make a big deal about a writer's round, but it really was that where like it was felt like we were putting on a show because there were so many people there to watch us and Trey and Matt. Like it really was like you brought your A game. It was like I know this is just writer's round. I only get 4 songs to win the room, but by God, I'm gonna try to win the room with 4 songs. You know?
Yeah, dude. No, and y'all definitely did. And also, I've heard from so many people, and I think me and Tyler both agree with this. You're one of the most fun guys to watch in a writer's round because, one, you sing the shit out of your songs. You write great songs, but you're up there. You're freaking guitar hero. Like,
I'm trying to learn as I go.
You're chicken. You're chicken. I don't know if it's called chicken picking or what, but you're sitting there just adding freaking just doing lead on like just throwing solos on things.
Yeah, I'll just try. Honestly, most of the time I don't know the song they're playing. I'm just like find the key and just do what I can. You know what I mean? I'm not like I don't know. I'm playing it.
How hard is that?
I think once you know the key, and it's pretty. I mean, it looks a lot cooler and harder than it is. I think you know what I mean. Like once you've learned the key, it's like, I mean, unless you're going with changing with the chords and stuff, which even still, it's country music. Like it's not that intricate. Like it's not like I'm trying to play to a jazz track. So like everything's normally like 4 chords. You know, you gotta catch on what they're playing. You know.
Yeah, because that's what I'm looking forward to about tomorrow night with you, Brian, Dawson, and freaking Ryan Nelson. Like, and you 4 guys go way back, right?
Way back. So I can't say on here how exactly I met Ryan. Because, you know, I just can't say it. Yeah. But nonetheless, I ended up getting to his house, and the first impression I had of Ron Nelson, which you have to remember, if anyone knows Belmont, it's like the super clean-cut crowd. Like
Christian school.
Yeah, it's Christian school. And it's like the first thing I meet, like this is early on of me just meeting these people. Ryan was one of the first people I met outside of Belmont, and like
wow, what an introduction to like the secular world outside of the home of JC in Belmont.
Like
you know?
This is my first introduction to like outside the Belmont music industry part.
Wow.
You know? And I go to Brian Nelson's and Dobro Chris, who I didn't know at the time. I get on the porch. I'm like, I don't know anybody here. And like he catches the porch on fire. I was like, oh my God, these guys are. I don't know if I'm safe. Like they had one of those little fire rings on their wooden porch. Same porch they're on now. Well, Chris ain't there, but same porch that Ryan's on now. They had a little fire pit, and they threw like gas. I don't remember what. I think they threw gas on the porch fire, and it went onto the porch. They caught the porch on fire. That was my first introduction. I was like, what
Damn.
the hell am I getting into?
That is a perfect story of the Redneck Frat House right there. And at that point, Jordan and Job were there, right?
So, okay, I can't take credit for introducing them, but when I first met them, Jordan and Ryan didn't know Job. They knew of Job, but they didn't know Job. They knew Job because the whole Peachtree stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Job had some stuff going on early on. And actually, when I was at Belmont, so I would, on top of going to school, meeting people and writing, I also worked at the studio.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You're fucking, like, doing all that shit. It's crazy.
Just don't sleep. That's the key.
Yeah. How the fuck? What do you do?
No, you just don't sleep, man. 5 hours, I'm good.
How the fuck you stay awake? You a coffee guy, energy drink guy? You just a little Energizer bunny?
Dude, I'm a firm
He's a
believer.
short man. He doesn't take a lot of energy to operate.
I mean, that
Yeah,
could be why-
exactly. Hey, honestly,
that could be
though.
why T-Bone never sleeps.
Hey,
Doesn't explain why I never sleep, but whatever.
Nah, you're a big dude. You need you need to refill the tank.
yeah,
you
you
know?
got to refill the tank. Honestly, it probably does have something with being small. Like, I'm a firm believer. Like, you're not probably wrong because, like, I'm sure it's like an instinct of like I'm small, so like if we were in the wild, like I can't sleep a lot because I'd be someone's prey or something. I don't know. I'm being weird.
Skittles, baby.
No, I'm
Back
just
to
joking.
the primal instincts here.
Yeah, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself, right?
So,
like,
you did some demos with those guys, right?
yeah. So when I would work at Belmont, like it was like the easiest. Honestly, I wish I could work that job. Like people would be like, "Oh, I gotta work at Belmont Studios." It's like, dude, this is the easiest job ever. You literally I'd get my homework. I was the most productive dude while work. I'd get paid to do homework. Like I would do homework and stuff. And so what I do if I knew like none of the teachers or not. Hopefully, I can't get in trouble for this. I can't get in trouble.
You're
surely now for
dude,
You got the degree, right?
Yeah, the degree is done.
You got the degree. Fuck 'em.
Once
You're
you got
good.
the degree, everything can come out.
You're
That's when you
good.
write the book.
You're
So
good.
what I would do is once I knew all anyone that was in charge left, like any of the teachers or anything, professors, I'd call Ryan and I'd be like, "Hey, studio's open. You want to go track?" And I'd invite people that I met while going out on town when I was working. I'd be like, "Yeah, just come over," and I wouldn't charge nothing because I was getting paid. If I charged, it was very little, like $100 to do a demo or something. They sounded shitty, but that was how I started learning how to do it. Was not so much from class. They taught you stuff and how to run the board, but a lot of what I learned was from bringing them. Because it's close to Music Row. Belmont Studios on Music Row. So people would go to Tin Roof.
Dude, I would just love
up.
I would have loved to have just been a security guard or something, or been driving around and you look over and it's Ryan Nelson, a pre sobriety Jordan Fletcher, and a
pre sobriety Jordan Fletcher.
All you
was
guys,
awesome.
all you guys back in the day, you sneaking them into these high, almost like this high society. It's almost like guys sneaking out to the country club to play around a golf
when people
after hours.
Because when I was working, what would happen there, which is funny because I actually was an audio engineer major, so I was doing audio engineer stuff, but I was a music business major.
Oh shit!
So
Same though, same.
Yeah, and it's I honestly think that's the way to go. If you're about to go to Belmont and you're listening, you can take all the classes. Just instead of taking easy classes and just skating your way through college, just take those extra audio engineering classes as your elective. And so that's what I did. And so I would be the head engineer. So my job there would be I basically ran the studio and all the teachers left. So kids that were doing projects and stuff, I would go in and if they had trouble working the board, I'd go in and fix it. And it's funny because I was literally the only dude in there not an audio degree. But I would bring people in. So I'd bring Ryan and stuff in. You'd have this kid walk in to them being drunk as hell on this. Belmont doesn't allow alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Any substances.
No.
They would walk. The amount of times I thought I was about to get kicked out of Belmont because of Ryan Nelson and Jordan or Job or someone I knew was there. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm about to get kicked out of Belmont.
But that's the experience that has helped lead you to where you're at today.
Absolutely, I wouldn't change it for the world. But we used to do. I still have all the demos. The one night we got drunk upstairs and was listening to all the old demos of Jordan rapping on a track, just drunk and
that was
Ryan.
hilarious.
Oh, they're fun. I mean, it's fun. It was all harmless,
Oh yeah.
But that's what we did, and that's where I kind of got my foot in the door with the production stuff. When it comes to that, and meeting Ryan and all them was they would come in, we'd do the demos of songs we wrote or songs I didn't write, and then it was just a place to record and hang out,
Hell yeah.
And they would, I'll never forget, they brought alcohol in one time to the studio, and I was like, oh my God, and then they started, doing substances out back that you can't be doing at Belmont Studios.
Man.
I feel like we got off track. I don't remember what the question was. But.
No, you're all good, man. We're just shooting the shit here.
I will say this though, like you brought up a great point though, is like, you know, if you're listening to this and you're about to go to college or like you want to, it's like, because me and Maxwell both kind of did the same route. I just went to the real world university and you went to the Cadillac of universities. Or you went to the Cadillac and then you upgraded to a Lamborghini, basically. I just went to the Honda of universities basically for this.
Shout out Trevecca of the Nazarene.
Trevecca, baby.
Trevecca.
Hardcore Christian. We're talking about Belmont
I can say they're way more hardcore than Belmont.
But we're not Lipscomb.
Hey, I was just
Lipscomb is the hardcore.
I was just gonna say, which of the how do you rank the three Bible thumping schools or the three Bible Belt schools?
Lipscomb's number one for sure.
Lipscomb by far.
Like I heard stories. I knew people that went to Lipscomb.
Same.
And like you couldn't have someone in the room and not have the door open and all your feet on the floor. Like you couldn't.
That was the same at Trevecca too. But
see, we didn't have that at Belmont.
Crazy.
So y'all were even more hardcore than us.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But no, like what I was saying though is like if you're gonna go to get your degree in production or anything like that, like obviously the music business route's a great way to go and doing the audio stuff. But like a lot of this doesn't matter unless you're getting into the studio or you're getting in a live room and you're actually doing it, because they can teach you all the theories all the day, but until you put that to use, like you don't cut your teeth.
It's like you get in what you put out, or you get out what you put in.
That's a lot of college.
Yeah,
and you learn from doing experience. Like for me, I learned how to do this talking into a microphone for long periods of time by not putting as much effort really into the textbooks, but by running the college radio station. You know, just like you guys talk about with studios and experience. And
I mean, I had 3 live sound jobs in college.
Yeah,
and that's
like 2 of them were scholarship and 1 was working for AV. So it was like,
and that's how you go with where you're at on audio. You know, going live with Muscadine and stuff.
You learned how to run a board. You learned how to work the faders and how to do gains. And
I learned how to work a not good room really well.
Exactly. That takes a talent. It really does. You know,
and it makes the good rooms feel really nice when you're in them.
When you're in like a Buckhead theater, like at a festival, like when. You know, we're at any of the festivals, just like, dang, this is what all the bad stuff was for.
And then you go to some rooms and you're like, damn it.
I feel like life's a lot like, you know, baseball, how you put a donut on a bat to make it heavier. So when you get out to swing, like it feels light.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what life's like. You know what I mean? Like playing shitty shows to get you up when you actually have people pay attention. It's easy. Like mixing a shitty room, like when you have a decent room and a nice equipment, it's like, oh, well, this is easy. I've been doing on this shitty equipment. That's kind of what it's like.
Now, do you think that equates to songwriting? Like
Absolutely.
when you're starting out?
Absolutely, because like when you first start writing, you were writing, at least me, I was writing with anyone who would write with me. I didn't care if I thought they were good, bad. I was like, you just never know. You never know what this person is going to do. You never know. You know, just because I don't think they're good doesn't mean I'm not going to write good with them. Maybe they'll bring something that I couldn't bring to the right, you know? So I think it's like writing aspect is like when you start out, you're writing with everyone. So it trains you how to be in a room with anybody. Because like a good writer, to me, is like you can fit into any room. Like there are people you're going to write better with, but it's like you build up the skill sets through writing with everyone that you learn how like, oh, this person's really good at lyrics. So let me bring a better guitar melody and maybe the title and some lyrics or title and some guitar melodies. Or this guy's really good at such and such, so I'll bring these other things. So it's like teaches you how to be a chameleon in the room, you know? Yeah.
There you go. So, no, absolutely. And for you, what kind of writer are you? How would you describe a write with Alex Maxwell?
Honestly, that like you know, I've written with guys where I'd say on your typical right, I'm normally holding an instrument. Like I very much like to either be playing a piano, guitar, or you know, how I've written to a bass before. Like I think I'm good actually. Me and Caleb wrote to. I was holding a bass guitar, so we actually wrote that to a bass line that I started messing with. But no, it really depends because I've been in rooms where this dude had this great guitar lick, or you know, he's picking the shit out of it. And I was like, I'm just gonna put this down and focus on an idea or a lyric. Or I've had dudes, you know, like Matt McKinney is one of the best lyricists I know. And he always blushes every time I say it. He's like, oh, you never give compliments. You don't mean that. And I was like, he is. And it's like for Matt, you know, like to me, it's like I want to bring a good melody with Matt. Like so it really depends on the room. You know what I mean? Because it's like every writer, the best writers in town can do anything. Because like then you can fit in any room. You know what I mean? So I guess it's hard to answer that question for me.
No.
Beat around it like
you answered it right.
Now, whenever you're writing and you said, sometimes you have the guitar or the bass or piano or whatever it is in your hands, do you feel like whenever you set one of those down, you focus more on lyrics and melody than you do having an instrument in your hand?
Absolutely. In fact, I put it, like, once we get the music kind of set where it's going, that's actually exactly what I do. I put it down. I'm like, okay, now what's this melody going to sound like? Or what's these lyrics going to say? I a lot of times I even like melody. I'll write melodies a lot while holding the instrument, but like definitely lyrics, I put the instrument down. I'm like, I need to think. I need quiet. I need to think. But yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, 100%. Now we always get into this, and we got to continue it in 2021. Food spots. Favorite. We'll go down the list. Favorite Mexican joint.
I'm not a big Mexican person, but I'd say around here,
rough city to be in and not love Mexican. That's
Well,
like,
it's funny.
especially here in L.A. Shout out Lower Antioch. Hey.
I never, like, growing up, I never had a Mexican restaurant in my life. Like, there was no Mexican restaurant I went to growing up. Like, it was Italian, pizza, like, or, just some, there's a lot of, like, Eaton Park was, like, the place we always went, which is just, like, your American standard, like, joint, you know what I mean? It was just Western. I don't know if it's all Pennsylvania. I think it's just Western PA. But yeah, I didn't eat Mexican. I'd say if I had to pick down here, it'd be Tony's. Just because they're cheap. I don't know.
Yeah, I have Maria Bonita's right by my house, and that's my go-to. Like, if I need a taco real quick or something, that's my go-to down here. But I have quite a few up in town, as we all know.
Favorite barbecue.
Oh, Fat Boys for sure. I love Fat Boys.
Still haven't had Fat Boys.
That's probably my favorite place in
and it's
general.
right down the road. It's here in Antioch. We might have to do that
All right,
tomorrow.
Of the major players in town, what's your favorite?
Fat Boys major.
Fat Boys.
Really?
Honestly, like maybe it's because the atmosphere. Like you go in, you have this sweet old Southern woman. She's like, "What can I get you, honey?" And it's just like then you have like the coolest part is I feel like I'm back home because like they have high school jerseys on the wall. It feels super small town, even though it's off Murfreesboro Road, which is kind of a big road. It's like feels like the most down home place, which I love, and it tastes great. So
yeah. Are you a hot chicken guy?
I don't eat a lot of hot. Well, I eat. I like hot stuff. But
Are you a picky eater?
No, not at all. I couldn't tell you one thing I don't like. It's just like the stomach issues I said earlier in the podcast. Why I had to stop playing football for a few years is like found out one of the two big triggers are chocolate and super like hot stuff.
Damn.
So I can't eat super hot stuff and I can't eat chocolate. Outside of that, I eat everything.
What's your favorite late night munchie spot?
How late we talking?
We're talking late.
I'll say Taco Bell.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, you've got quite a few Taco Bell boxes.
I've gone overboard on the Taco Bell boxes.
Dude, I went to Taco Bell the other day, and the car in front of me broke down in the driveway up here on Murfreesboro, like right near Bell Road, and you can't get out.
Yep.
Once you're in
That's
that drive-through.
terrible.
You're
That's
locked.
terrible.
You're locked in there. So eventually, after like 20 minutes, the guy hops out the window, and they're like trying to get the car jumped off, and it's not jumping off.
God.
And he hands me my food and drink and takes the guy behind me his food and drink, goes, "Sorry, guys, we can't get this car out. We're giving this to you for free." I'd ordered like $20 worth of Taco Bell.
Is that a win or lose? Because you waited. What was the bigger thing? That you won, that you had Taco Bell for free, or that you lost, so you had to sit in line that long?
No, I will sit in Taco Bell line for an hour for free Taco Bell.
Hey, there we go.
Anything for free, I will sit for. I am patient.
Favorite pizza in town?
The place you just had me take.
Salvos?
Salvos.
Hey,
Salvos was good.
That's a
Salvos
prop.
was really
That's a
good.
props to Boudreaux, Tyler here, and Mr. Charlie Muncaster for that one.
I will say before that, Joey's House of Pizza was up there. The only thing
that sucks is they close at 2:30.
Yeah, they close so early, and it gives me the worst heartburn. Like, it's not your standard, like, they're like, New York pizza, but it's not your standard New York pizza. It's, way thicker.
Do you just go with, like, a thin, like, a regular piece of pizza, or do you go for, like, the Gladiator?
I had the Gladiator, and it literally gave me heartburn for
Dude, the
I swear, a
Gladiator?
week. I swear it gave me heartburn for a week.
Oh shit! I've been to this place with you because I've had
It's
the
good.
Gladiator.
I don't know. I don't
It's
think
like
I've taken
literally-
this.
I've heard of this Gladiator.
It's
I
like
think I've
two
had it.
slices of pizza on top of each
I
other.
haven't
Yeah,
taken it
where
here.
it's the crust on both sides,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at one point in time
You didn't go with me. You went by yourself, I think.
wonder
I was
who
out of
the
town.
frick I went with. Damn.
It's
You
good,
went by
but
yourself.
It's not like Salvos. It's just like your standard slice of pizza that's just really good. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of make it all thick and different. It's not like a standard.
I also like
place.
5 Points a lot.
I have yet to have 5 points, but everybody talks about 5.
That
We'll take you there.
That was the original
need to go.
pizza of this podcast because when we first started doing this thing back in March of 2019, Big Man here, he was living off of Charlotte Pike, so 5 Points is right there.
5 Points West.
5 Points West, baby.
Wait, are there 2 5 points?
Yeah, so there's 5
not
Points
know
up in
that.
East Nashville, and then they opened up a second one that was like a mile from my house, right, pretty much right across the street from Hattie B's. So it was very dangerous to
Did
live
the
over there.
East one get hit by the tornado? 'Cause I know 5 Points kind of got wrecked. At least some of the 5 Points district got wrecked. By the tornado.
I can't remember. It's been too long, but I know the 5 Points Mexican, which is also another great Mexican. They have literally burritos like the size of my forearm.
That's a big burrito.
Is it as good as your other burrito spot? Because I like your other burrito spot.
I've only had it once. I can't really.
What's your other burrito spot? Blue Coast?
No.
Baja?
Baja burrito. You probably know about Baja. It's over there.
Yeah, I've heard about
Right
Baja.
next to Guitar Center.
Yeah. I think I might have had that once. I don't remember. I know the name though.
It is the best. Like if you're wanting a Chipotle style burrito, go to Baja. Don't ever go to Chipotle. Like I hated Chipotle for
Damn,
years.
I like Chipotle though. I like Chipotle.
But when you can get the real shit, bro, it's like going to
Is
like...
it that much better?
Oh yeah, and
It's good.
It's also like as big around as my forearm.
It's that big?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like
That's he made it. That's the second time he said it.
That's what she said, by the way. That's what she said, you know.
What about okay?
I wish. I wish. Damn.
We got to hit on the biggest food group for him here. What's the favorite Italian place here in Nashville?
I haven't had a good Italian spot here in Nashville.
Where have you had though?
Nothing that's like small. Like so Angelo's right here. It's actually right next to Fat Boys. I've had that, and I'll be honest, it's okay. It's okay.
I got to take you to this place. There's this little hut that's right in front of Trevecca next to the subway there. I don't know if you've ever been on the front side of Trevecca, but it's on Murfreesboro Road, and it's literally called Kebabs, Euros, and Spaghetti House.
Whoa, I might. Okay, no, it's different. Because there's a lot of kebab and Euro places.
There's a lot of Euro places.
I love Euros.
This place,
They're great.
hands down, has the best spaghetti in Nashville.
Damn, that's a bit better mine though. There's a wrong
I
answer
didn't
here.
eat yours.
You couldn't eat yours.
I didn't eat yours.
Get eggs in it.
Oh, I thought you did eat some.
No.
Damn. I think you're avoiding the question. I think that's a yes. It's better than yours, Alex.
I mean, for
I think.
Well, I can eat it, so obviously.
were you surprised with how diverse Nashville was when you moved down here?
I don't feel like it's that diverse. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm saying with all the food,
Okay,
with all the
I will
food
say this,
things.
too.
That's what I meant. I don't
When'd
think it's that diverse.
When'd you move down here?
2013.
So me and him moved around the same time. You probably were here a few months before me. When we first moved to Nashville, it was not a food city. Like Hattie
all.
B's was freshly a new thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like it was nowhere near the food city it is now.
See, like I guess I say it's not diverse because like back home, like there's a lot more European foods. I guess so. I guess it's more it's
If
diverse
you look
in the
for it,
sense.
you can find it.
But it's like back home, like they have like a thing called the Strip District, which is like all these, like they have Polish food, Italian food,
German,
food,
Irish,
like,
all
yeah,
that
it's just
shit,
like all types of European food. And it's like they don't really have that here. I feel like at least I haven't seen it.
You got to look for it. There's
like
a
hidden
few
gems.
places.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's like Ethiopian spots and like random.
I was gonna
shit.
say there's a lot better like Middle Eastern, like African food. Like there's a lot, even Asian food. There's a lot more of. Like there's a lot. They're more diverse in world food, I guess, than what I know. But as for like European, it's definitely not near as diverse.
Yeah.
I feel like New York would be mostly all European too.
New York's very. I mean, but like for me, the Mexican down here is the big difference. But I mean, it makes sense. You're closer to the Mexican
there's
border,
definitely
so
way more Mexican food.
it makes sense that the South would have superior. There's a bigger Mexican population.
Does
you
it
know?
compare anything to Texas? Because Boo just came back from Texas.
No, not at all. Honestly,
I hope not.
I've never had Mexican in Texas.
listen. I will
it.
say this: they call us weird because our queso is white. In Texas, queso is like a yellow.
Well, 'cause
Which
it's
makes more
cheese,
sense,
Which,
yeah,
is,
it
what
makes more
which is what
sense.
I'm used to having. The
Yeah.
queso up in New York is yellow.
Yeah,
That makes way more sense.
but like everything there is just super fresh, super authentic.
That sounds good.
It's some of the best Mexican I've had
Yeah,
ever.
I feel like I'd enjoy that way
Especially
more.
like fajitas there.
Ooh, cause I love Mexican food, but like you go out and it's like you pay $12 for like a little taco, and it's like, damn, I could just made this for a week worth for like.
You gotta get
10.
quesadillas, man. That's where it's at.
Okay, well I'm learning. See, I didn't grow up in Mexico, so I don't know what I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
I just walk in, I'm like, well, that looks good.
Chimichangas,
Yeah.
flautas, taquitos,
Yeah.
whatever.
I actually ordered a vegetarian meal the other day when I went to
Look
Maria
at you.
Bonita's.
Congratulations.
The healthy choices.
Grind.
The healthy choices.
New year, new me, new Tyler. Fuck yeah. What favorite bar in town?
See, it's weird because I have a pre-quarantine favorite bar and then a favorite bar. Now, I would say probably my favorite to just hang out in up until like quarantine was Tin Roof. Just because revival and stuff. Like I'd go there and like in the summer hang out on that little balcony out back.
Yeah.
Like that was my place.
It is the day hang spot if you're in town on the weekends.
So what we used to do all the time, back when we could write on Music Row, feels forever ago, but we used to write and then we'd walk over to Tin Roof and during the day for their lunch special, they had like $5 quesadillas. That's what we'd get. And they weren't bad. I mean, I'm no expert in Mexican food as you guys can now be well aware of.
It's really hard to mess up a quesadilla.
It
not
is
gonna
hard.
lie.
It is hard.
I can
It's
make
cheese and meat.
I
Yeah,
can make
really.
quesadillas with my George Foreman grill, dude. Like it's not hard. But what's it now?
I make quesadillas in the microwave, so
What's your favorite bar now?
I'd say Live Oak, honestly. Like
Oh,
I feel
hell
like
yeah.
I'd say that's the place I get. The thing is, like, I don't go out much now anymore because, like, with quarantine and like, I feel like I don't really have a purpose of going out to like meet people anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Isn't
you
it
kinda
funny
cross
how that
line.
happens? Because I feel like even I'm getting to that. Even
Yeah.
I'm starting. I've only been here 2 years, but like
It's like I'll go out to watch a buddy play every now and again, but like I don't have like a hangout spot. Like I'm not like, man, I feel like going out tonight to go to my place I always hang out on. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like I feel like I go to Live Oak because y'all put on that the round and stuff. But I feel like if I go out, it's normally Live Oak.
And then
but-
even if we're not there, it's just somebody that you know is playing there, or it's just a spot where you feel comfortable.
yeah, it's
you
just
know?
a well run, nice bar.
Yeah,
You
it's,
know?
it's a good time. Remember how many different things have you seen that building before Live Oak?
I think at least 2 or 3.
it's been 2.
It was Frisky Frogs, and then what was before
For a
Frisky
hot
Frogs?
minute.
It was Frisky Frogs when I first moved here.
What was it before? Damn, I'm blanking on the name.
Oh no, I went to Tribeca.
Was
I
it?
couldn't go to bars.
I think it was before I turned 21.
Was it like the Southern or something?
Yeah, yeah.
No, that was that's the bar next. That was the bar next to it, I think. Because they used to have. It was the South you're thinking of, and
Yeah.
that's next door. I don't remember what it was before Frisky Frogs. I'm blanking.
Has it
It's so long
been
ago.
crazy to watch the city change in 7 years?
So the biggest one that really hit was across the street from all those bars, like Live Oak and Tin Roof. There used to be a field. When I first
Really?
moved
Yeah.
to town, that was a field.
Yeah.
Now there's that massive apartment complex
Well,
there.
I
It's been there
remember
for
like when I
years.
first moved here, 2013, like 2013, 2014, the bar shut down for the winter, like
Yeah,
completely.
the tourism wasn't the same.
It was nowhere near the same. Like from like
Yeah.
I don't know, November until the week before Christmas, and then from like the week after
Mhm.
New Year's until really March, the bars closed and didn't open.
Yeah, tourism like here really exploded. I feel like in the last like 5-10 years, like specifically the last 5, I'd say.
Dang.
We
Yeah.
got in right before.
Yeah, we did. We really did. It
all
was
my-
cool. Well, like when we first moved to town, there was only one big building in all the city, and that was the Batman building, the big AT&T building.
There was only one?
That was the only
Wow.
big, like tall
Wow.
skyline. Like
Well,
if you get
what
the
is
old
it,
skyline
LNC?
pictures,
The LNC or CNL or whatever it is, that building was there.
and you had the
yeah.
and
So
you had,
there was like 1 or 2 buildings that
and,
was like
and, you,
skyline.
and you had the KRN or whatever, like there's the radio letters or whatever that are there. But that's-
CMT, but
yeah.
like
That's not like a big bit. Like you
No.
don't see that on a skyline. You know what I mean?
right,
Like the
like
skyline
the
was,
Bridgestone building was not even starting to be built at that point,
yeah.
or maybe it was.
I was gonna
just
say actually, I
starting.
think when I was here, I think the Bridgestone was here when I came.
Yeah, because the
at least.
skyline even looks different now for me being here a little over 2 years. So I can't even imagine looking back 7 years. Like,
Yeah, it's
how
cra-
different.
I forget how long I've been here. Like I think about it. Me and Dawson were talking about this the other day. Is like it's weird because like I'm a diehard Pittsburgh person, but it's weird because I only drove in Pittsburgh for about 18 months, and I've drove in Nashville for almost 8 years, starting June. So it's kind of crazy. But what's BJ looking up?
Just looking up the skyline.
Yeah,
pictures.
like that's 2011 versus. And there wasn't much more added to it from 2011.
Was it just like the Batman building and like one other building on the
Oh,
skyline?
there's a few more. A few more.
There's Bridgestone. I
A few
remember.
more.
This is 2011?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, to date myself here, I remember
Yeah, there are a few more than I thought.
Whenever I came to town, they had the grand opening of the Music City Center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that actually. I
remember
that.
my roommate and I snuck into a real estate conference to get free food on Sundays all the time there in college.
Oh.
That's how we'd eat food on Sundays.
Well, it's weird because like you're talking about like the food and the late night here, because like nothing's really open in late night food wise here.
Well, like,
outside like your chains.
Yeah,
you know?
whenever me and you were like first moved to town, like this town's shut down on Sundays at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a spot open at 6 p.m.
And now Sundays are like my favorite night to go out. I mean, that's how me and Tyler first got really close, was after getting off our shit Broadway gigs, we'd get off work we'd work a Sunday and then we'd get off and we'd rage until last call. We'd rage.
After being terrorized all weekend, we'd go terrorize the town ourselves.
We'd go fuck around at Wild Beaver and then go to like the diner or end up at
I would end up half the time at Jason Aldean's on the dance floor somehow.
Yeah, he'd be
See,
drunk.
I hear y'all talk about Wild Beaver. I don't know if I've ever been to Wild Beaver.
When shit opens back up, we're gonna have a no-hit, Sigs in the outfield, kickball, however the fuck
we need to do one more
it.
kickball game.
We do,
I'm going to say it. We got to put it together.
You need to set it up.
We need to do a Saturday like tournament.
Yeah, like we need to do like one fun, because realistically we're never going to be able to do it like regularly again, because that was a one-time quarantine thing, and especially now with everyone being so busy.
How valuable were those moments?
Man, I'll never forget
Just
it.
us being out there, just being dickheads playing kickball on the Belmont softball field.
I do feel like that brought everyone so close. Like it was such a goofy, stupid thing, and like I'm just one of those people. I just look, like I said, I grew up playing sports and stuff. It's just sports music. That's all I've ever done, like my whole life. So it's like, you know, we get stuck in these rooms writing songs and recording music, or stuck in a venue playing a show or something, you know, for y'all and stuff. And it's just like, you never get a chance to see the sun. So like, I just want to go out and like shoot some basketball. There's some football.
Yeah.
Just not think about music for like an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have that mental release. And I mean, kickball was the way to do it. And then after kickball, we'd all hang out. Like it would be like a whole afternoon into evening thing. And I honestly, like for me, that's the highlight of 2020 was getting to know all you guys from all over the place. Like it's amazing how all that worked. Now, for you, what are we looking forward to in 2021? What are some goals as we sit here in January? What do we got?
The goal is seeing how all this plays out, and then hopefully releasing music with. I'll leave it releasing music and playing shows again. I'm ready to go back. I plan on doing. I guess I said already, but I plan on doing like I was so stoked for, because like, you know, Pittsburgh's so far away, so doing a hometown show isn't just like I do a hometown show every month. It's like a once a year thing. So like, I was so stoked to sell how many tickets we're planning on selling. So
what venue was it at?
So it's actually going to be an outside event. It was going to be at a little bar, but they have like this big outside section. We're actually we hired people to bring in and build a stage. So like it's called oh my God, I'm blanking on the name. It's like a little small town bar in Deer Lakes, which is where I grew up. God, I'm blanking on the name. Damn, sorry to the bar owner.
That's okay. I was wondering if it was like Jurgles or like one of the venues that we hear about over there.
So Jurgles was like, you know, I think their thing is like they hear everyone say like, oh, I'm going to sell this many tickets. You know what I mean? Like then it doesn't happen. But like I sold out the last venue. I tried telling them that, and they were like, no, sorry, we only do like label acts now unless you want to play on a Tuesday. And I was like, I'm definitely not playing on Tuesday because I won't sell no tickets on a Tuesday. You know what I mean? But I guess my goal is release more music. I want to produce quite a few more songs. I definitely think once everything opens back up, that's going to take a little bit of a backseat with, you know, all the talks of hopefully signing somewhere here. So writing an artist is definitely going to be the forefront of 2021 for me. So I'd say the goal is release another EP and get back on the road and hopefully get some cool opening acts, get some cool opening gigs, I should say.
Hell yeah, dude! You know what I mean? Hell yeah! No,
so that's the goal.
That's awesome, man. Now, is there one particular avenue that you're really kind of pushing towards between those three?
I'd say artists and writing to me go together, and that's definitely the forefront. It's funny because production is like what kind of opened a lot of the door for me, but is well understood in everyone I've been talking to, and I think it's been recepted really well, surprisingly, that the production stuff is more of that's my way to express myself in something that's not country, especially. Like I want to produce stuff that's not I want to do country stuff, continue to do Trey and like some other folks like Brian Frazier and stuff that I work with. But outside of stuff I really believe in country, that's my opportunity to like do stuff in other genres. Like I would love to go out to California and, work with pop artists and work, maybe do a hip hop song or,
Get them 808s going, baby.
It's just like, I'm a big fan of just music. So like, I just want to continue to just on production side, like let that be the experimental part of me and let the artist stuff and writing stuff be really what my career is.
What would if we were to go through your Spotify, I'm not going to ask you to do it right now. I know we're about to go down a whole other damn rabbit hole.
I'll get
It's just going. Who would the artists that people would be most surprised to see on your like playlist? Like who? Like you're a closet fan of this person?
Ariana Grande.
Okay.
I'm a huge Ariana Grande.
You watched her Netflix special?
I'm not gonna lie. I saw about half it. I wasn't necessarily 100% about it. It's just a little weird to me.
Yeah.
There was some weird stuff going on. I was like, I don't know, this is for me. I love the music, but this is a little much for me. But yeah, she's definitely the one. I don't think anyone looks at me and goes, yeah, he looks like an Ariana Grande fan. But
no.
The music, the production and stuff on it is just like out of this world. And her vocals are just like crazy. The lyrics are just super simple, but like speak. You know what I mean? Which I think is how I write a lot. Like I don't write always the most clever lyrics, but it's always like comes from a real place and it's simplified. It's like I feel like I write how I talk. You know what I mean? And that's what I pride myself on writing, and I feel like that's how she does it. So I think it's cool. I vibe with it a lot.
That's cool, dude. Hell yeah. No, we love hearing that. Now, dude, this has been freaking awesome.
Hey, thank you. It's as long ever do.
How long we running, Boudreaux?
Hour 20.
Hour 20.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk
No,
to
this is perfect. No, hour 20 is the sweet spot. I'm trying to think if there's other shit I want to talk about.
You said you wanted him to teach us how to talk.
Oh, yeah, talk like yeah. So what is the Yinz? And that's why you're good. That's why you're a hell of a producer and co-host.
Hey, look at that, Boudreaux.
Getting my ass on track. Hell yeah. Happy to have you back here, buddy. But what is a Yinz? Why the word Yinz? And why do y'all talk so funny? And how do we talk like you?
You ask questions that I could go down a rabbit hole and talk for hours on.
Why is the whole city black and yellow?
Okay, so I'll start with the Yinz. I'll start. Now, anything I say wrong, nobody from Pittsburgh hate me because it's been a minute since I lived there.
Nikki T.
Yeah, Nikki, please don't go down. Don't chew me out for saying something wrong. Anywho, so Yinz is a Pittsburgh thing. And everyone there, instead of y'all, they say Yinz. They're like, I want to sound stupid. They're like Yinz going downtown. Like, you know what I mean? It's like what Yinz doing tonight?
What are you going to Yinz
Still better than used guys.
Yeah, it's better than used guys. But yeah, I get so. For people that don't know Pittsburgh, it's very heavily rooted in Appalachia country. I mean, when you come into the city, you drive under a mountain through a tunnel, and then the city just opens up because it's on the other side of a mountain. So it's very mountain influenced. And one thing I've learned, history lesson, is so the word Yinz, like U-N-Z, Y-U-N-Z, is actually a Appalachia term. So it's a Yinz. And I've have heard people in Carolina say it, like the Yinz, like Yinz come back. So Pittsburgh just messing up everything they say because it's the wildest accent. Because Pittsburgh has like this weird accent that's like very Midwest influence, slightly Southern influence because it's only a couple hours from the Mason-Dixon line, very heavily Appalachia influence, and then a little bit Northeast also influence. So it's like in the middle. It's like a weird center point of all these wild accents and languages that they just mispronounce everything because it's a blend of everything. So I think Yinz slowly turned into Yinz because like this is the accent. So that was the history lesson I learned about it. Now, for the Yinz people, it is the dumbest accent, but the most hysterical and funny accent ever.
So how do we talk like you? Because I want to introduce. Part of me wants to try if I can remember it, and I can somehow do it with a straight face and not fuck it up too bad. Well, I want to introduce you all tomorrow night.
So talk
with
like
Yinz.
me. I'm like me personally. I'm really weird because I go back to Pittsburgh and they're like, "Oh, you don't sound Pittsburgh no more." They're like, "You sound Southern."
You might have said pizza at the beginning of this podcast, the most Southern I've ever heard.
Yeah, so I've lived with...
So...
Yeah, so like, that's the Pittsburgh coming out, you know? And so I have this weird accent. Like, when I played a show down in Louisiana, end of 2019, they were like, where are you from? And I was like, Pittsburgh. They're like, man, we had no idea. We thought you're from like Mississippi. Like nobody knows where I was talking when I first moved to town to Nashville. Everyone thought I was from like Mississippi or Louisiana. So I don't know if it has like some type of like that accent from like all the weird combinations. Anywho, I don't sound like I guess I just sound stupid.
Nah, man. Dude.
No, I was just joking. But no, I don't sound like people in the South think I sound weird, and people in the North think I sound Southern. So I can't please anybody. But Pittsburgh, their accent is the OW sound that really is like distinct. So like if you're gonna say town, they say ton.
Con?
Ton. Like downtown.
Downtown.
So like that's like the big Pittsburgh.
Yinz guys want to go downtown?
Yeah, Yinz guy want to go downtown?
Yinz
Like you don't finish your words. You
sounds like Asian.
It sounds like where I'm from in Alabama, honestly, kind of just.
It almost has like a Southern thing, but it just pronounces the vowel sound. Yeah, like it's hard to understand. Dawson always tells a story that when we went back home, we were all drinking, and when people drink in Pittsburgh, it gets really hard to understand sometimes because everything just runs together.
That's why I can't understand you or Nikki T sometimes,
Fair.
Just look at you like,
fair,
yeah.
I hope to think I lost a little bit of the I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm blanking on the word, but hopefully I can be understood a little better now that I've been away from it for a few years.
No, it's not terrible. I get what you're saying.
So
Nikki's is crazy.
Do you find yourself whenever you go back to Pittsburgh and hang back, when you come back here like the first week, you're like, crap, I picked it back up?
Like honestly, right now I probably sound more Pittsburgh than I will the rest of the year because I was just home for 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks ago, I was home for 2 weeks. So I still have a little bit more than I normally do, I feel like. But
I'm going to go back to New York with all kinds of a fucked up accent. People are going to be like, who the fuck are you?
And that's the thing. Like,
then I'm going to come back down and I'm going to be like, it's going to be like, whoa.
And people think you do, like, now that I've been down here 7, 8 years, everyone thinks I'm doing it intentionally. And it's like, man, I'm not. It's just my roommate's from Georgia. And, like, all my friends, I have friends from Texas, a lot from Alabama. Like,
Alabama. The way you just said that
it's just like a weird, like, it is like you talk like the people you're around. So my accent is just completely botched, But no, Pittsburgh is a weird accent. And I think, like, it's just the hardest accent to understand if you don't know it. Because it has its own words. You know what I mean? Like, there's words that don't exist that they say.
Like what?
Like jumbo. That's like you think that's like means big, but no, jumbo is like a type of deli meat. Or like chipped ham. Chipped ham's like a special type of deli meat. Or like people say gum band instead of rubber band.
Gum band?
Gum band. Yeah, instead of like rubber band. Like that, you can go on and on. Like so the best one for me that I realized that I was all kinds of messed up was I said, hey, so my roommate in college, I was like, hey man, like we had people coming over. I was like, can we red up this place a little bit? Like, just kind of red up. And he's like, what? And I thought he like didn't want to clean up. I was like, just like red up. I was like, man, why is he getting so mad that I'm asking him to red up like a little bit? You know what I mean? He's like, what are you telling me to do? And I was like, just like pick some stuff up a little bit, clean the place up a little bit. And he's like, I've never heard of red up in my life. And that was like right after I moved from Pittsburgh. I was like, you never heard of red up? And he's like, no. I was like, it just means like clean up a little bit. So like red up. Job always makes fun of me for it. Every time I see Job, he's like, you gonna red up, bro?
Damn.
Or like jag off. That's another one.
Off.
That's what you say when you're pissed off. Someone like, man, you're jag off. Nebby. Nebby's another one.
Nebby?
Nebby means like you're in people's business. Like it's like, man, why are you being so nebby? Like why are you worried about what I'm doing so much? Yeah, dude. It's just
quit being a nebby, you jag off.
Yeah, it's like quit being so nebby. You jag off. Go right up, man.
Hell yeah.
You can go on and on. Dude.
Yeah.
One more Jagger. Jagger's like a thorn bush. You call it Jagger. Dude, it's weird. I don't know where these words come from, but they come from somewhere.
They're for such specific things.
Yeah,
like who would have a funny word for a thorn bush?
Coming out.
Yeah, like honestly, because like nobody, like you go to say. I get real mad when people say I'm from Philly. Nothing against Philly, but I'm not from Philly.
No,
you're
not.
And it's like that. It's like it's funny because the lingo is so different.
Oh yeah,
like
John.
It is so different.
Yo, we're just hanging in this John.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know what any of that means, and like Philly doesn't know half of what we say means. It's
No,
like,
y'all might as well be on different freaking time zones, bro. It's completely different. Well, I'll have to get some note cards from you on my Yinz proficiency or whatever. Impress Nikki T. I'm gonna go up there eventually because I want you to be a part of that too. I want you in there too, Tyler. I want to take a trip up to Pittsburgh because I've learned we have a lot of friends from Alabama, and I've been to Alabama a shit ton now. I have a lot of friends from Pittsburgh. I've never been. I gotta have a Permane sandwich. I think
Permane's is amazing.
I think he needs a Permane sandwich as well.
Boudreaux
Legendary.
would freak out over a Permane sandwich.
Joe Fortner worships Permane's. It's like his favorite thing.
Dude.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is y'all just need to take me to the Pirates game because that's still to me one of the most beautiful stadiums too.
It is a beautiful stadium, but I hate the Pirates. Sorry, I grew up loving the Pirates, but I hate the owners so much because they sucked for so long. And
then they traded Cole and McCutcheon.
They don't pay players.
They're the Tampa Bay Rays of the National League.
So there's like a big boycott going on right now where nobody goes to the games. Like even before quarantine, yeah.
Wow.
Like Dawson, we went to Brian's wedding in Virginia. We swung by Pittsburgh. Me, Dawson, Stephen, Paul, and Caleb, and Todd Williams, and we went. It was actually the only sold out game all year, and it was rowdy. Put it this way, we were last in the league, and everyone freaked out that we had to walk off against Chicago. We were last in the league, it mean nothing. But people you would have thought we won the World Series. It's funny, but no, Pirates suck. I'm ready for Nashville to get a baseball team, so I can root for someone.
It's coming, man, and I would love, and I actually did this in MLB The Show. I moved your Pittsburgh Pirates to Nashville and made them the Nashville Stars.
I would be the ultimate fan
because I would love to have a National League team here, so I don't have to bitch with people back and forth over my Yankees.
But
at the same time, but what doesn't make sense is that it's an AL East team because it's a different freaking time zone. How can you have the Eastern Division be a different time zone? I know in football they have that with the Cowboys, but with whatever. But it would be nice for it to be a National League team where I could root for them and it not be the competitor of the Yankees.
I don't know how true it is. I think it was a Canadian. It might have been Toronto. I heard rumors that the Toronto teams, like even basketball, are talking about coming to Nashville.
They're talking about getting at what's Nashville. That'd be cool. I mean, I wouldn't like that as much because that would be a good team that would be a rival of the Yankees. Then you're just talking shit with people. But at the same time, I feel like I don't know how many people are going to get behind a Nashville team. Unless it would make more sense for it to be an American League team because every damn Southerner roots for the Atlanta Braves.
And also the other team that a lot of people root for here that are from Nashville because it's not that far away either is the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals.
The Cardinals are a big
You're
one.
Surrounded by National League teams. Mm-hmm. But I will say it would be nice for us to have 9 New York invasions every single baseball season because we travel well. we fill up. We sell out the Oakland A's games when we go out there. If we're in Nashville, it's a party city, and then on weekends, I mean, we're the best traveling fan base in baseball. Just like the Steelers are one of the best in football. Yeah. Like y'all have them passionate fans. So baseball.
God, the worst would be if for somehow the Patriots and New York Yankees both come to town.
We'd be
Boston and New York.
It'd be brawl after brawl after brawl after brawl.
Broadway would literally just be one big brawl fest.
Yes. And could you imagine the Red Sox and the Patriots or the Giants and the Yankees and just double New York or double Mass Hole at the same time?
Well, that happened last year. Well, not last year the year before that.
With the Bruins.
Bruins came here played a Sunday here.
I remember that.
And then the Patriots played like a Saturday game here or something like that.
That working on Broadway that weekend sucked.
Boston sports are the worst. Not because I have a personal vendetta against them, but just because they're all so good every year and it's frustrating.
I remember when they weren't. I remember being a kid and going up to New England and our car getting keyed for us having a New York license plate.
Really?
They were the biggest sore losers in the history of sore losers.
They're gonna be real bad. When
they're about to get. They're about to.
Yeah.
Aside from the Celtics are the best team they got. Like Patriots are going downhill.
Yeah, but after that trade today,
Red Sox didn't make the playoffs.
What trade happened today? I didn't even see that.
Harden is going to Brooklyn with Durant and Irving.
Damn.
Durant and Irving went to Houston?
No.
Oh, you're saying they're all gonna be together. So how does what you're saying is the Celtics are about to not be the kings of the East.
I mean, they haven't been the kings of the East
That's
for a
true.
while.
That's true.
LeBron's been doing that one until he went to LA.
His heart
so-
will be.
and now it's Milwaukee.
So yeah, Boston's about to go through it, and they're angry Irish folks that like to drink. My whole family's from New England.
Now I don't know. I didn't follow hockey coming in this year, but the Bruins, I think they were good last year, so I imagine they're gonna be good this year.
Yeah, they lost Chara this year, which hurts.
But he was getting old, kind of old.
Yeah, he's
anyway.
42.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like,
but
the
hockey
man
is
is old.
weird. It's a tough sport, but guys oddly last long in it. Sometimes.
What's his name? Martian.
Is Yager still playing?
No,
Yager played till he
retired.
was like 46.
Yeah, Yager retired last year.
He started with Mario Lemieux.
Nobody
He,
would.
like,
Yeah, it's
it literally
crazy.
got to the point that nobody would sign him. That's how Yager retired. Is nobody signed
I
him.
think he's probably still playing over in Czechoslovakia or wherever
Yeah.
he's from.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a really good chance of it. Well, dude, this was a lot of fun. We talked about a lot of stuff. Where can people go to find you on all the socials and all that stuff?
Oh, Instagram. Most of it's Alex Maxwell Music. I think Facebook's Alex Maxwell Live. Yeah. And then website's alexmaxwellmusic.com.
Hell
Pretty
yeah.
simple stuff.
Yeah, pretty
Pretty basic.
stuff.
Just add
and,
music. You know?
and basically, you're telling people like get ready for some new music this year.
Yeah, that's the plan. I plan on doing a 4 to 6 song EP. I haven't decided if it's gonna be 4 or 6 yet, and exactly the timeline yet. But hopefully, starting on it here sooner than later.
Individual releases, or are we looking at one big project?
It's hard to tell right now because with everything going on, like I don't know where I'm gonna be in like 2 weeks. So let alone releasing music wise. The plan for me as sitting independent right now is singles with a follow up EP, so like 2 or 3 singles and an EP. But time will tell. I don't know yet.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, would you be cool playing some songs for us?
Absolutely.
All right.
As long as you pick the one I play.
Oh, we can totally do that. I'm just gonna surprise you, but yeah, sit tight. We'll get that guitar situated here in a second. Tyler, another one in the books. First
Hell
one
yeah.
of 2021, bro. This will be our second calendar year working together. You were talking about how you and McKinney work well together, big and little. I mean, I know.
That's right.
I mean, I'm short, but yeah, he's a big dude, so we balance each other.
It's a
out
good balance. So it's like you're
yeah.
not as short as me, and he ain't as tall as Matt. So
Yeah, so
same
it's all
thing. Same thing.
God damn. But thank you guys as
It's the
always.
same average.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't
Oh,
laugh at yourself. Then what do you think?
Oh,
you know?
100. Dude, you saw those shirts that are out now.
Oh, yeah, that's the greatest thing. You gotta plug that on here.
No. We don't need to do that. But no, thank you guys as always for listening. Tyler, where can they find us?
So In the Round Pod on Twitter, In the Round Podcast on Instagram, Facebook. We're on all the sites for podcasting, so whatever your heart desires.
I was thinking about making a barbecue OnlyFans for Boudreaux to do. So we are for Tyler to do. You're for Tyler to do.
I don't know.
So we
I
can do.
started streaming on Twitch the other night.
How's that
so,
going?
I mean, I was testing the waters. I was not full bore yet, but we're going to get there.
All right, we're gonna get there. So maybe in the round Twitch, you can watch me and Tyler yell at each other while we play Madden or something.
Call of Duty.
Or Call of Duty. Yeah, I'm in the
How bad Matt is.
I'm in the gulag a lot. Hey, I haven't played since like 7th grade, bro. You know, it's been a minute. I've been a little busy the last freaking 14 years to play some games, but anyway, man. Thank you guys as always for listening. Make sure you rate, subscribe, comment, review. If you're in Nashville and you're listening to this on the release day, make sure you come out tomorrow to the Writers Round. Every other Tuesday at Live Oak, you'll see badasses like our good man here, Alex Maxwell, and all of our other friends, talented folks out there playing the Writers Rounds. And yeah, make sure you check out Trailside CBD Emporium. You can use the promo code. What's the promo code?
ITR.
ITR, 20% off your order. They got a loyalty rewards program. You get free shipping. If you're in Nashville and you don't want to pay for the shipping, you can reach out to us. You can reach out to them, and they'll get it to you very effectively, very quick. And the products, they work, guys.
And I just saw the other day he's got his inventory back up.
He's
So.
got his inventory, and I was actually texting with him earlier, and they're working on a whole nother line. I mean, the way that the Trailside thing's growing is awesome. We're very happy to be a part of that family. So, yeah, promo code ITR, 20% off. And then also shout out to our man, Wales Tony, making waves, Whale Tail Media. You're an artist. You're somebody, you're getting hitched. You need anything done graphics-wise, media-wise. Wales Photo shoots. He is your guy. Videos, whatever. And he's a part of the Writers Rounds as well. So shout out to Whale Tail Media. Now, without further ado, we're gonna have our man Alex Maxwell play a song. Alex, I want to hear one that's unreleased. I want to hear "Hurt People."
Ooh, that's okay.
I want to hear "Hurt People." Hell yeah.
Got people in the streets throwing sticks and stones. Battle lines have been drawn. When it gets so hard just to get along, hate got spread and love got lost. There's no winning in a losing fight, and two wrongs don't make it right. But hurt people sometimes. Hurt people sometimes. It's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Really what it comes down to is hurt people sometimes, yeah. Put a little less pride in your point of view. Keep an open mind and learn to walk a hard, long mile in someone else's shoes. Just like you, there's pain there too. Somewhere along the way we all forgot. Got nothing good to say, no said it all. 'Cause hurt people sometimes. Hurt people sometimes. It's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Really what it comes down to is hurt people sometimes. There's hurt people on the left and hurt people on the right. It's okay to be different, so I don't understand why. Hurt people sometimes. Hurt people sometimes. It's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Really what it comes down to is hurt people sometimes. 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 Hurt people sometimes.